is Jeopardy! Please welcome our contestants. Player one.
Yeah!
Player two.
Hey.
Player three. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert, and thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome. Let's take you right now into the Jeopardy round. Clues are worth $200 to $1,000 in these categories. Not a verb. State governors. Shakespeare. The solar system. Canada, Mexico, or the United States. And classic rock opening lines. All right, let's get back into this. Player one has control of the board. Capable, succeed, accomplish. Player one? That's correct. You get to pick again. Paint, brush, easel. Okay, player one. That's right. Way to go. Select again. Wind, wander, wonderful. Let's hear it, player one.
Yeah!
Right you are. Please pick again. Salt, pepper, sage. Yes, player one. Right. Player one. Candor, center, canter. Okay, player one. Good. Player one. Pick again. Elected in 2003, this governor made his totally fantastic film debut in 1970's Hercules Goes Bananas. Let's hear it, player two.
Yeah!
You got it. Player two. This patriot, known for his bold signature, died in 1793 while serving his 9th term as governor of Massachusetts. Okay, player one. That's correct. Player one. By law, this ex-Texas governor can never be elected U.S. president again. Yes, player one. Yes. You again, player one. He was elected governor of Arkansas at age 32. Yes, player two. You are correct. Player two. Hamilton Fish, Enos T. Throop, and George Pataki have served as governors of this state. Let's hear it, player one. Right. Player one, you start. This title queen uses an asp, a poor venomous fool, to kill herself. Let's hear it, player three. Good. Player three, this moneylender asks, hates any man the thing he would not kill? Okay, player one. That's right. Way to go. Player one. He uses the word assassination for what he plans to do to Duncan. Let's hear it, player one. That is correct. Player one. Women in this king's play include Catherine, wife to the king, later divorced, and Anne, maid of honor, later queen. Okay, player 3. That's correct. Player 3. Characters in this play include the charming Rosalind and the sardonic Jaques. Okay, player 2. Right. Player 2. You're in command of the board. In December of 2006, NASA announced that water may have flowed on this planet's surface within the past decade. Let's hear it, player 1. Good. Player 1. In 1980, Hermes, one of these objects, came within 300,000 miles of the Earth. Okay, player 2. Yeah! You are correct. Player 2. On October 10, 1846, 17 days after the discovery of this planet, its largest moon, Triton, was discovered. Yes, player 2. That's it. Please pick again. These solar discharges, consisting of light, heat, and cosmic rays, may last up to an hour. Yes, player 1. Good for you. A lot of clues. In July of 2005, scientists announced the discovery of Eris, a dwarf planet larger than Pluto, in this belt. Okay, player 3. Yes. A lot of clues, a lot of categories, player 3. Make a selection. The largest in area. Player 3. That is correct. We return to you. It's 90% Catholic. It's player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2. The most populous. Okay, player 2. That's correct. Player 2. It has 2 official languages. It's player 3. Good. Player 3. Ruled by an emperor from 1864 to 1867. Let's hear it, player 1. You got it. Player 1, you start. CCR. Left a good job in the city. Yes, player 2. That is correct. Player 2. Pink Floyd, Part 2. We don't need no education. 5 words. It's player 1. Yeah, good. Okay, let's get back into Answer. It's the Daily Double. And you're in the lead now. So, what's your wager? Here is your Daily Double clue. Nancy Sinatra. You keep saying you've got something for me. You have maintained your lead. Way to go. Player 1. Pick again. The Beatles. Jojo was a man who thought he was a loner. Okay, player 2. You are correct. And now the $1,000 clue. Elvis. We're caught in a trap. Okay, player 3. You got it. Player 3 will select first in Double Jeopardy right after this. Let's see what happens in Double Jeopardy with these categories awaiting the players. 1960s TV. Islands. American history. It's in the dictionary. Playwrights. And body basics. Player 3, you start us off. First aired on September 30th, 1963, Opie the Birdman has become a classic episode of this sitcom. Let's hear it, Player 1. Right. Player 1, the never-used lyrics of its theme song were written by Gene Roddenberry. Okay, Player 2. Correct. Player 2. On The Addams Family, Ted Cassidy played not only Lurch, but this disembodied hand as well. Player 2. Right you are. On August 29th, 1967, he finally caught up with the one-armed man. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's it. Where do we begin, Player 1? In 1964, Mary Tyler Moore won her first Emmy as this new Rochelle housewife. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's correct. Player 1, you pick again, please. This U.S. Commonwealth lies about 70 miles across the Mona Passage from the Dominican Republic. Yes, Player 2. That is correct. Where do we begin? Jimmy?
The indigenous name of this island, home to the famous Moai statues, is Rapa Nui.
Let's hear it, Player 3. Hey, you're right. Player 3. A chain of shoals known as Adam's Bridge stretches between India and this nation. Let's hear it, Player 3. Yes. Player 3, back to you. This large island's two highest peaks lie in the Maoke Mountains. Player 2. Right. Player 2, start us.
Yeah!
One of the daily doubles. You're in second now, but with an opportunity to catch up a bit. Answer? This large Italian island in the Mediterranean lies just 7 miles south of Corsica. Yes. Please pick again, Player 2. When the British approached, the Concord militia didn't know about the skirmish at this place earlier that day. Let's hear it, Player 1. That's it. Player 1, you're in command of the World War I sales of Liberty. These, whose posters showed the statue, raised more than $15 billion. Okay, Player 3. Correct. Player 3, you didn't want to make the mistake of following the South instead of the North Platte on this pioneer trail. Let's hear it, Player 3. Yep. Select again. The U.S. supplied materiel to its allies during World War II through this 1941 congressional act? It's player 1. You are correct. Player 1, Kelly?
This World War II general's private carriage is on display at Wisconsin's National Railroad Museum.
Let's hear it, player 3. You got it. Player 3, where do we start? A loud sound expressing disapproval. This New York City borough's cheer. It's player 1. Yep. Where do we begin, player 1? A Muslim holy war or spiritual struggle against infidels. From the Arabic. Okay, player 2. Yes. A lot of clues. A hinged plastic case designed to hold a compact disc, and usually a printed insert or liner. Okay, player 2. That's correct. Player 2. This tech acronym states that the integrity of output is dependent on the integrity of input. Yes, player 1? Good. Player 1, you start. A dried and smoked ripe jalapeno pepper, which is dark reddish-brown with a strong piquant flavor. Player 3? Yes. Player 3, you start us off. His father, James O'Neill, was a 19th century actor whose most famous role was the Count of Monte Cristo. Let's hear it, player 2. Hey, you're right. Player 2. Public disgust over his play Ghosts caused this Norwegian to retaliate in his An Enemy of the People. Yes, player 1? Good for you. Player 1, you start. Answer. The other Daily Double. You are in first place. So, what's your wager? And the clue. This Pulitzer Prize-winning playwright was related to John Sevier, the first governor of the volunteer state. That puts you even further ahead. Player 1. This Shakespeare contemporary is remembered for Dr. Faustus and for getting stabbed to death. Player 2. Good. Player 2. A 1934 New York City taxi driver's strike led him to write Waiting for Lefty, the first of his plays to be produced. Yes, player 3? That's correct. All right, let's get back into this. Let's go over to Sarah.
When swallowing, the soft palate is raised to keep food from entering the nasal cavity, and this flap of cartilage moves to prevent food from entering the trachea.
Okay, player 2. Good. Player 2. Pink, red, or purplish, a port wine stain is a large one of these, usually on the face or neck. It's player 3. That is correct. A lot of clues. Also called leukocytes, these blood cells defend the body against infection. It's player 3. Correct. Player 3, you pick again, please. The dura mater is the outermost protective layer that covers the spinal cord and this organ. Yes, player 2. Yes. And the last clue for $2,000. Unfortunately, high cholesterol can lead to atherosclerosis, in which these blood vessels become clogged. Player 3? Right. Good game. All of you will continue on to play Final Jeopardy when we return. Here's today's Final Jeopardy category. Authors. You need to select your wager. Let's take a look at the last clue. In 1949, he wrote, "If you want a picture of the future, imagine a boot stamping on a human face forever." What did you put as your response? How much do you add to your total with that correct response? Did you come up with the correct response? And that correct response will add... Let's see your response. With that correct response, you will gain... You've come out ahead as our champion, Player 3. So long.